All right, next game. This is the last of the early games. Jaguars at the Titans. Titans open up -11. It's down to 9, so it looks like people are buying into Minshew mania once again. So, are you doing that too?
I might be. It's just something like something about this line rubs me the wrong way. In that the Titans were favored by, at least with the initial line, 3 more points than the Colts were, and I know that ended up being the Colts lost, but I still feel like the Colts are a better team than the Titans. The Titans just struggled to beat the Broncos. Yeah, I know it was at home, but like that was a team they were favored to beat by 3. Yeah, I know Steven Gostkowski was awful and, like missed 10 points worth of kicks. So this final score wasn't really indicative of how the Titans played. But I just don't think that this 9 to 10 point spread is one that I want to bet on the Titans at. Tennessee would have covered 9 points just twice their past 5 outings against Jacksonville. One of them was the only game that Ryan Tannehill started, so I will give him that. I'm just not sure I'm ready to trust this defense because I don't know if they're going to be able to force turnovers of Gardner Minshew. Like, I know they have a good defensive line and they got some pressure on Drew Lock, but they did not force him into any mistakes. Minshew has shown an ability, like I've said multiple times now on today's episode, to avoid interceptions, which is absolutely massive. He only threw 1 incompletion against the Colts, and maybe that was a mistake in their defensive scheming, and maybe the Titans will learn from that. But I just don't know if it warrants this type of spread. So we're like, right now, I'm on Jaguars +9. I'm not betting this, and I could probably be talked out of this, but I just don't have a ton of faith in the Titans right now.
Yeah, I can understand that, but I think I have less faith in the Jaguars. I think they're still the worst team in the NFL, like not counting injuries. So, like, if the Jets suddenly got Avery Williamson back and like some of the other guys, then yeah, if they were still out, they would be worse than the Jaguars. But I think overall the Jaguars are the worst team, so I can't really trust them here. I know the Titans are on a short work week, especially after that last second field goal, like late in the game. So that could hurt them a little bit, but I don't know. After that big win over the Colts, I feel like everyone said the Jaguars are going to be the worst team in the NFL, and they kind of proved that they weren't, sort of. So there might be a little too much celebration. Like, I usually like betting against horrible teams that win a game because usually like they're not expected to and they celebrate a little too much. So I think I'm going to be on Tennessee if like Adoree Jackson comes back to kind of combat the DJ Charks of the Jaguars and stuff like that. The Jaguars have a good receiving core, but you said maybe you can be talked out of Jacksonville. Like, I'm not going to talk you out of Jacksonville because I'm very meek on the Titans. Like the one thing that really stands out is that 82% of the money is on the Jaguars, which is insane. Like, everyone's buying the Jaguars suddenly. So I want to be contrarian and go with the Titans, but this line is so high, like -9. Like, you're asking Ryan Tannehill to win by double digits. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't have faith that it's going to happen more often than not. But I think in this situation, it kind of calls for it. And we're getting a little bit of line value, sort of, I guess, because this line, as I said, was 11. So I'm going to be on Tennessee. I'm just like very irrationally afraid of Gardner Minshew. Like, I feel like he's going to have a great game or something. And like you said, he avoids turnovers. Like, it always seems like he gets backdoor covers too. So I think that I'm going to take Tennessee, but I don't like this game at all.
Yeah, no, I don't like it either. I don't like either of these teams enough, but I think I'm starting to become a believer in Minshew's, at least his ability to cover. Like, I don't think the Jaguars are going to win this game, but I do think they'll cover. If the Jaguars end up winning this game and are in first place in the AFC South, I might have to think about dressing up as Gardner Minshew for our Halloween episode this year. Last year as Andy Reid, so I'll have to find someone eventually. But yeah, no, this is probably my least favorite game on the slate because I really feel like it could go either way, and it would not surprise me.
Yeah. So Morpheus is saying Adoree's on IR, he believes. I was not aware of that. I was going to look at injury report later in the week, but yeah. So obviously that would hurt the Titans. But I still think I'm going to be on them. I'm definitely not betting this game. And I think, Tennessee would be my survivor pick if I were still in. What do you say about that?
Yeah, I might go with the Packers. I just think that they should beat the Lions. Like, I can't imagine the Lions winning that game, but I wouldn't hate the Titans either. Just fear of Minshew just too much for me right now.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. I think the Packers are the better side. So I'll switch that.